All right, welcome back, True Seeker. Quick live stream, and I'm going to come back with another. But just want to talk about some of these top headlines this morning. Elon Musk's Twitter poll. Again, we know this guy's the biggest Jesuit puppet there ever was. He's never been running Twitter. For all the people who are under that delusion, again, it's nothing but a delusion. You're fooled by the mainstream. It's time to snap out of it. It's time to come out of the coma you're under, the spell, whatever it is. Elon Musk doesn't run anything. He doesn't run SpaceX. He doesn't run Tesla. He doesn't run anything. He is a puppet, a front, an actor, just like a Bill Gates, a Jeff Bezos, a Bernard Arnault. All these guys are puppets for Jesuit-run enterprises. Your federal government's an illusion. Your nightly news is an illusion. Again, you guys, just boil it down. Whose time are you on? You're on the Catholic Church's time. That's why you're on their calendar in this year that they created. We say it's the year 2022. That's according to the Catholic Church. Today's Monday, according to the Catholic Church that named it after the moon. Again, people need to wake up to what's going on in the world. It's an illusion every day. It's nonstop disinformation, deception, distraction to keep you off the one thing you should be thinking about, that you're enslaved to a system. You're not free. You are ruled over by tyrants and liars and thieves. And again, they give you characters along the way, like an Elon Musk. Just one day, poof, here was Elon Musk, a celebrity to distract us all the time. Donald Trump, another Jesuit puppet, here to distract us all the time. Joe Biden, another Jesuit puppet. These sports games up here, a total joke. Congrats to the winners. We torched the NFL again. Vegas ends their 6-game losing streak versus the Patriots in the time of Saturnalia, named after Saturn, the 6th planet. Anyway, and congrats to everyone who hit on Argentina, France, another future we nailed before the tournament even began. All from understanding the simple knowledge. You see the story in Toronto? Not an accident that you have a mass murder in Toronto. The last time I was talking about a mass murder in Toronto, it was synced with the Raptors game. This one happens on the day the Warriors are in town. Remember Steph Curry of the Warriors, whose dad played for the Raptors, Del Curry, who met his wife in Toronto, who had the finals by the numbers in Toronto. And congrats to everyone who won on the Warriors game last night. Easy call. Warriors with Steph Curry born on Pi Day, 3/14. Doesn't matter if he's on the bench. Of course, his team's getting to 3-14 on the road against the Raptors. But anyway, let's just go through all these headlines, including the death of the CNN anchor, Drew Griffin. Why is Elon Musk in the news for his Twitter poll where he's voted to step down? We'll see if the puppet does. Doesn't matter either way. He never ran the company for a day. It's all a deception. We've been tracking it the whole time since April. But anyway, this comes 191 days before his upcoming birthday. And just to remind you how they work with these Jesuit puppets, Musk and Bezos. The day that Elon Musk, we're rewinding the clock here about a year and almost 2 years ago now, January 7th, 2021. We're rewinding the clock to the day Elon Musk supposedly became more rich than Jeff Bezos on the anniversary of the death of Nikola Tesla. And notice what they reported. They reported that Elon Musk was worth $191 billion, whereas Jeff Bezos had slipped down to $187 billion. And the thing is, when you know gematria, you understand why these numbers are used by the Jesuits over and over. And now here's Musk, 191 days from his birthday, getting voted out of Twitter. But anyway, notice how billionaires 191 and Society of Jesus, that's the Jesuits in gematria. Society of Jesus equals 191 when you run the alphabetic order forwards. Society of Jesus equals 187 when you run it in reverse. Two huge numbers used redundantly with this order. And again, these two puppets, 191 billion, 187 billion. I mean, if you guys can't understand their puppets, you got to pull your head out of your ass. There's no company in the world that pushes around the U.S. federal government. Amazon has the U.S. federal government working for it on Sundays, pissing off their employees, which is why no one works for the post office anymore. Did you know the post office used to be one of the hardest jobs to get because it was so desired? Great working hours, great pay, great benefits. Guess what? In the time Amazon's taken over the post office and runs the whole thing on Sunday, a day that they used to have off, nobody wants to work for them anymore. This is because it's fascism. And they have these little puppet figureheads to help you or I guess to keep you from seeing what the deception is. These companies are not private. Tesla's not private. All of a sudden, the government's just doing everything for electric cars. Again, these are fascist operations. They have to put these puppet figureheads there so that you think like, oh, that's a private company run by that really smart guy. No. And notice when these people speak, they don't come across as that smart. I mean, you could make, honestly, Elon Musk rode on the short bus as a kid and was in the special ed classroom. You think he really runs one of the biggest companies in the world? Give me a break. Anyway, when they did this, it was also 172 days from his birthday, which is the big Jesuit motto, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam. And there's a lot more to say about all this, but again, it was the 78-year anniversary of the death of Nikola Tesla, who died January 7th, 43. Tesla and Jesuit, 78. Wonder who killed him. They also reported the twerp Bill Gates was worth $132 billion, which is a whole other story. But again, just to come back to when he became the richest man in the world, he was worth $191 billion. What a billionaire for the Jesuit scumbags. And now here we are 191 days before his birthday. That also means it's 174 days after his last birthday, which is the number of the beast code. Number of the beast, 174. Twitter and beast both equal 47, like Trump, the tweeter-in-chief, who also has a bunch of number of the beast in Jesuit rituals, RIP to his wife, who died in a huge ritual by the numbers this past summer, his ex-wife. 45 years after their marriage to number 45. IHS, the Jesuit acronym, 45. But, they also said that 57.5% voted yes, 42.5% voted no. I could get into that. They say Lex Friedman might be next in line. And other people that are, again, it's amazing that people can't figure it out. Kanye West, another Jesuit puppet, just doing the Lex Friedman show. It's not hard to see who the puppets are. They're the ones that all work together. Again, Alex Jones, total puppet. Lex Friedman, total puppet. Kanye West, total puppet. And they all have the Jesuit numbers all over them. Lex Friedman's 56 like Society of Jesus. Here, just go back to the last slide. The reason I also had the 56 up on the screen at the top is because they reported that 56 new billionaires were made in the time of the COVID-19 totally Jesuit pandemic, where coronavirus equaled 56 and COVID vaccine. And I wrote a book about the gazillion 56 rituals with coronavirus, where now on Jesuit big tech platform, just for mentioning the word, it automatically makes your video not eligible for monetization. Only the CDC can talk about it. Oh yeah, I left the no caller ID feature back on. I got to turn it back off because the idiot's calling over and over right now. Anyway, okay. Notice the idiot's up, ready to troll all day and call from no caller ID. The losers are always out there. But also in the news. So that covers your Elon Musk poll by the numbers. Also in the news, veteran CNN investigative journalist dead at age 60, which means he's dead in his 61st year of life, and his name Drew Griffin. Let's just cover it because we're coming into that time of Jesus and the crucifixion and Saturnalia. He actually died on Saturnalia. But notice how Drew Griffin equals 74 and 61, just like Jesus, just like cross, just like Tupac. Remember Tupac's last album they put out right after his death with him on the cross like Jesus? They also got the Machiavelli. But anyway, Christian 61, Christmas 61, the list goes on, Church 61, so on and so forth. So yes, he's dead on Saturnalia. If you've read my last book, Number Games, I close out the book talking about CNN and how you can clearly see it's a Jesuit operation. He's dead on the first Jesuit Pope's 86th birthday. Human sacrifice 86, just like how Argentina, who won the championship in 86 in the World Cup, wins the World Cup right the day after Pope Francis' 86th birthday, who's from Argentina. Pope Francis, Argentina versus France, how we nailed another future, probably the easiest future there ever was to call. Congrats to the people. Based on the feedback, I'm thinking I won over $1 million for the community easily based on what I'm hearing back, Shout out to Seventh Denim, who won a big chunk of change, gentleman who won over 40,000 British pounds. There's been a lot of huge winners, and we've been doing this for a decade, which is why I have so many haters and Essentially, I mean, it's not hard to see that I'm harassed by the federal government 24/7, paid for packet trolls, intelligence agencies, suppressed. There's a reason why, you guys. Casinos aren't happy about the big losses they took from all the people who followed my knowledge. But anyway, 86th birthday of the Pope. The CNN journalist is dead. CNN is a CIA operation, but let's not forget the CIA was established in tribute to the Pope in a huge Jesuit ritual. But anyway, human sacrifice 86, and in the same cipher, blood sacrifice 86. Let's also not forget that Pope Francis became Pope 86 days after his birthday. Let's also not forget that the last French Pope died on the 86th day of the year. And let's not forget that Jesuits equals 86 either. But with that said, it moves us into... Oh, hold on. One more thing I want to say about this guy dying on Saturnalia, December 17th, working for CIA, CNN. Remember, Saturn has the gematria of 93. And the Jesuits, you see how Saturnian order has the 93 in it? It also has the 177, 69, 201. Look at the Jesuit order. 177, 69, 201. The first Jesuit pope is Pope Francis, who's born on Saturnalia, who's the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican, just like how they kept Messi of Argentina separate from the team in Suite 201 in his hotel, which they made public in the news, just to put it out there. Again, they love to mock all the Goyim. But, again, the Saturnian order and the Jesuit order, pretty much the same gematria. Of course, the Pope's birth name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201. Founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius Loyola, 201. The Jesuit logo has the three nails that represent triclavianism in it. Triclavianism has the 201, also the 93, also the 60. You see that? And he's dead at 60, which again means he's dead in his 61st year of life. The crucifixion, Jesus, his birthday celebrated in the time of Saturnalia. You see how all this stuff comes together? Saturn is the Grim Reaper. The scythe of the Grim Reaper comes from Saturn. Triclavianism is capital punishment, death. And by the way, capital punishment is another 201. You know, it's also got the 258, like Order of Illuminati, which also has the 93 in it. And again, it might be a lot to keep straight, but this is where these numbers come from. And if I didn't finish with God's sun, you know, they say the sun is 93 million miles away. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's another false calculation to fit in with their scheme. But God's sun, 93. Crucifix, 93. Nazareth, 93. Again, we get all this information in books, from the story of Jesus to the science book that tells us the sun is 93 million miles away. Lo and behold, it's all perfectly encoded. I mean, the sun, it could be that far away. I don't know for sure. But there's a reason that they use all these numbers. There's a reason. There's a reason we talk about them over and over. There's a reason Ron Rivera last night picked up his 93rd loss in the time of Saturnalia, and so did Harbaugh. And there's a reason that a lot of people won a lot of money on that knowledge, because we put it all out there before the games happened. Just like how all day I taught you guys about Saturn in 93, and there's a reason we won big on the St. Peter's Peacocks yesterday, and we won a huge in 3 college basketball games this weekend that were all Jesuit schools, that were all underdogs. Gonzaga, San Francisco, St. Peter's Peacocks, they were all big underdogs this weekend on Saturnalia weekend, and in all their games, a team became 9-3. Again, same stuff year after year, you guys. Same stuff year after year. And speaking of basketball, congrats to the winners. We had the Warriors to upset the Raptors, 5.5-point underdog, nice payout. It was all about the Warriors becoming 3-14 on the road. And also, what was also nice is the Raptors fell to 13-13 at home all time against the Warriors and stayed on 13 wins for the season on the day leaving 13 days left in the year. So that was a nice little other treat, just like how the Lakers picked up their 13th win, LA 13. Let's not forget what they did to Kobe and his daughter in the Big 13 ritual. LA equals 13 forwards, 41 in reverse. Kobe dead at 41. His daughter dead at 13 in LA. 13-41 land. 41's the 13th prime. Dead while traveling from Catholic Mass on the Pope's 41st day of his age. You got to be brain dead to not get it. But anyway, I've been killing the Steph Curry pie rituals and taught people about this a million times over now over the years. And he's always doing it with symbolic cities. It's usually Philadelphia, where the Warriors are normally from, but we get why they did it with the Raptors this year. Again, his dad used to play for the Raptors, Del Curry. He met his wife in Toronto. Look, I'm going to show you just how blatant this is, why you have this mass killing in Toronto, supposedly. Who knows if it's even true? It was an excuse for him to get out the military cops and show off the military cops they have in the city. Who even knows if there was really a killing, because these things are always synced up, the news and the sports. Notice they said 5 dead, like basketball's 5-on-5. We'll get to more of this, but I just want you to understand it's not an accident. It happens the day of the basketball game, because the Jesuits control all your news and all your sports and all your politicians, and that's why it's all synced together year after year as I continue to teach you. But anyway, the date numerology of this was 3672. 3672, Toronto has gematria of 36 forwards and backwards with the numerology ciphers, and 72 when you run it in reverse. Big numbers with that city. So on a perfect date numerology, you have this Toronto ritual. And then what time do they say the killing's at? Look at what time the killing's at, you guys. At around 7:20 p.m. Oh, wonder where they got those numbers from. At around 720 on the 72 date numerology in Toronto on the day of a symbolic game. Notice how many points the Warriors scored in the first quarter. We see this all the time. Again, you follow this knowledge. You see how this goes on day after day. The symbolic number so often right in the first quarter. So, and understand that 126 is a big one with the Jesuits too, because everything's biblical. Man's made in Genesis 126. It's part of the reason Kobe's dead on 126. And again, you guys, I will go down to LA for the anniversary of Kobe Bryant. If you guys can help get the Patreon back up to even close to where it was at the beginning of the year, before I traveled all over the nation and pounded pavement and spread this knowledge all over, and then a bunch of people jumped off the bus for God knows what reason after working my ass off. But if we can get it back up to close to where it was at the beginning of the year, I will go down there for the anniversary, which is coming up. So, again, it does cost money to travel. And I do need to buy an expensive speaker setup to really do the job right in LA. And again, it takes resources to do things. I'd like if people were behind this work, since a lot of you guys are posting and showing me how much money you won. Literally 2 people gave a tip yesterday. I got a $30 tip and a $20 tip. Shout out to both those people. I heard back from 100 people who made a ton of money, and I'm just thinking, man, I only charge you guys $5 a month. You can't leave a little tip? I mean, we've been winning every week in the NFL, torch the NFL, huge futures in Argentina, smash college basketball, smash the NBA, and it's just like, you guys, I'm telling you, come back and help support the movement. Anyway, keep doing the work regardless, but I would like to be down in LA for the anniversary. And even if you guys don't get the support back up, I might be down there anyway, just because I feel like I should be there. But yeah, I have been trying to get people to support where the support should be. Again, nobody works as hard as I do. Nobody puts out more potent information. Nobody's patting pockets the way I do. There should be an army of people behind me. And there probably would be if it wasn't for all the censorship. I realize part of the problem is I'm not reaching new people. I might reach people at new people at a rate of 1 to 2 people a day because of all the algorithm. I mean, look at this, you guys. Look how sad this is, really. This video would have had this video easily would have had 1 million views in 2016, back when I used to be able to get views, back when things were booming. But I didn't have anything monetized back then. That was the mistake. I could have been raking it back then, but I didn't have anything monetized back then. And again, I just look how pathetic this is. I mean, this is the biggest sporting event in the world, and you know, another dead-on prediction, another future nailed, something we were talking about openly all year. And are you kidding me? 3.3K views on a goal. I mean, that might not even be real. That might just be because of the censorship and algorithm. But the score was 3-3, right? France is the +33 international dialing code. But, I mean, in 2016, you guys, that video would have, and imagine if the channel never been censored. You know, I've been deleted 20-some times. This video, had we just kept growing like we would have, nailing future after future, calling presidential elections, all this stuff that we've been accomplishing, news stories before they happen, I mean, who knows? Could be up to like 100 million views if there wasn't censorship. Could be up to 1 billion views. Could be taking over the world, shutting down all the tyrants. That's why this isn't happening, because this is Jesuit-run Google. Sundar Pichai, 201. What day does Google celebrate their birthday? Oh, on September 27th, the day the Jesuits were recognized by Roman history. Look up Google's thing. They say they don't even know why they celebrate their birthday on September 27th. Well, we know that's another lie. We know why they do, because they're a Jesuit-run enterprise, like everything running the show in this world. But yeah, it's just tragic to look at this. 3.3K views. Really? Really? 2016, that video would have had 50,000 views in 5 minutes. Would have had 1 million in a day. So, yeah, back then I had a lot of videos that had between 500,000 and 1 million views. I've actually only eclipsed 1 million views 2 times based on what the count shows. I've had a lot of videos close to 1 million views. But the point is, you know, when you went to your video and it had 800 and some thousand views, you felt like, good, I got the word out. Now you look at it and you go, oh my God, 3.3 thousand for nailing the World Cup, both teams, the exact reason why, undeniable evidence. What a sick joke. So, anyway, I am going to start up another live stream. We'll talk about just how bad we torched the world of sports this weekend and see if we can get some of the non-tippers to call in and share about their earnings. Because, hey, if you can't get a tip, at least it's nice to help hear about how much you helped other people earn. So anyway, we'll be right back, Truth Seeker. And again, find the money in your pockets to help support the cause. And you will see me down in LA for January 26th, but I'd probably just fly in early that day and fly out that day. Probably be a one-day trip, but let's see some support because it is well-deserved. Until next time.